Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're having a great night. I have a rustic round here. I'm going to try something. I got an idea this weekend from someone else, and I'm going to give it a go. So hopefully y'all can watch me succeed in it. We'll see, okay? Not making any promises, but I think this is going to be good. So come hang out with me for a little bit. Keyword is fall, F-A-L-L. I hope y'all are ready to see some fall stuff because I've got it for you. Alright, let me see if I can find my video real quick and then we'll get moving. Alright. Hey Stephanie, hi Kathy, welcome ladies, how are y'all? Okay, so I have some paste here. Okay, I have currant jam and papaya. I have vanilla, which we're going to use in a minute. And I have the new Shimmer Forest, and I have bark, okay? So I also have, this is a rustic round. I took the wrapper off of it. We're going to use the wrapper. Y'all saw me do this the other night with the universe thing. I want to try it with the background to make it like fall-ish, okay? Hi Sandra, hey Sandy, how are you ladies? Welcome. Alright, so I'm going to just open my paste. This one's a little bit dry, so hopefully it's not too dry. And I just like crumpled this up. Okay, I'm going to just, oh yeah. So we're going to start with currant jam, okay, right on my rustic round. Now, like I said, this is a test, okay? Totally stole this idea from someone else. And I'm hoping that I can make this vision come to life. So we'll see, okay? Just a little bit everywhere. We are currently getting our internet replaced with a new company. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Both the dogs are losing their minds because we have an internet guy here. I'm also losing my mind a little bit because I have no Wi-Fi. I'm using my phone internet. Hopefully it holds. So bear with me. If you hear dogs freaking out, it's okay. They're okay. They're just... Dozer just wants to be petted by the new person that's here. And Sky just doesn't like people. New people in general. So... Alright, now I'm going to keep this out because I might want to do more. Okay, that was currant jam. Now let's try papaya. That was currant jam. This right here is papaya, okay? And I'm just going to tear off, and it doesn't want to tear, so I'm going to just cut off a little piece of this. Literally the wrapper from my rustic round, okay? Not even using a brush. Alright, and I'm just going to dab a little and get in there, okay? And I'm not trying to mix the colors, but I'm trying to go for like fall-ish background, okay? So just bear with me. I know it looks crazy, okay? And I love that this rustic round is already brown, so I didn't have to pre-paint it. Alright, again, you can comment the word fall to get the link to get all the stuff that I'm using. And including all the paste colors and everything are in there, okay? Alright. So I'm just kind of randomly, and I'll probably come back with some more currant jam, I think, probably, okay? Hopefully I picked enough colors. I've got another 2 more that I chose. Alright. Hey Marie, how are you, love? Welcome. Alright. And don't forget, if you want to save a little bit on your purchase on my website, you can always sign up to become my Perks member. I would love that for you. you can save 30% on all of your purchases on the website. Plus, they do like sales and discounts that are for Perks members only, which is awesome. So if you haven't done that yet, totally check it out. Okay, hey Linda, how are you, love? All right, I'm going to leave this right here. Literally just a piece of plastic, y'all. Nothing fancy here is going on. Cut off another piece. And, oh my goodness. Okay, now, I haven't even painted with this yet. This is Shimmer Forest. Have y'all seen it? Now, I don't want to go too much with the green because this isn't Christmas, okay? But there is a little bit of green. And I can tone it down a little bit here in just a second. I have brown that we're going to go in with last. Hopefully, are y'all seeing my vision? I hope you are. I know it looks like a mess. I'm kind of questioning my own sanity at this point too. So don't worry. If you don't get it, I get it. Okay? I don't want to go too green because fall is not... I wouldn't call green really a fall color, but, you know, early in the fall, there might still be some specks of green. Okay. I think that's good. Now, I'm not going to keep that one. I got a little bit of orange on it. I don't want to get orange in my container. I'm going to close that one back up. And then we have a little bit of bark. And y'all, this is like at the bottom of the barrel. Literal end of the line for this bark jar, but I'm using it to the best of my ability till I can't get anything else out of it, okay? So I'm just crinkling it like that, okay? And dip it in that bark, and then I'm gonna go over the green for sure, okay? And just kind of blend that to where it's not such a live green. But I think the test that I just did with that Shimmer Forest tells me that it's probably going to be a paintable, metallic-y paste, okay? If you haven't gotten that one yet, it's brand new with the launch. Now, I'm going to just go through here, and I'm going to kind of add a little bit. Now, obviously, the background on this is already brown, so we don't need a ton of brown, but I do want to kind of just tone down the green to where it's not so green. And then we can go and kind of get the rest of this to where it's just not so vibrant, okay? Hopefully y'all don't think I'm nuts. Oh, it's so hot. Yeah, it's been hot here too. I wish we could get some cooler weather. We did have a bit of a cool front this weekend in Texas. So I went, I don't know if y'all know where I was, but I went up to Dallas. I was with some of my chalk friends. We had a girls' weekend at my friend Amy's house, and it was spectacular. Such a fun time, but on Saturday, it was like only 80 degrees, which I know if you don't live in the South, that's like, oh, that's good summertime. No, okay? That's like, the pool's cold. I'm cold. Hi, Margie. How are you, love? Hey, Stephanie. Welcome. All right. So, yeah. 85 is not great pool weather, okay? That's why we could never get a pool whenever we lived in Tennessee, because it was always not quite hot enough to do the pool thing. Okay, I'm going to throw this out because it's a little bit used up. I'm going to close up. You know, my bark is still going strong, okay? Now, I wouldn't call it a paste that I could probably use with, like, a transfer or, you know, like with a squeegee or anything. But it's definitely paintable still. Okay, now, that was the rest of the pesto on that piece of plastic. And then I'm just going to come back and just, I love this. Currant Jam is like my favorite. I swear. It is a top tier color, and I think it's perfect for this. Now, I know this looks insane, okay? I feel a little bit crazy right now showing y'all this. And hopefully you don't think I paint like a 5-year-old, okay? Let's try this. And we're going to want to wax really well, okay? Make sure that you wax before you put down a transfer, and maybe even sand a little bit, especially since we just like dabbed paint on here. You're going to have different textures and stuff like that, so you're definitely going to want to sand it, okay? Now, the really cool thing about this transfer, I'll show you in just a second. It helps you line it up perfectly. It's super easy to do. Hopefully it will be easy. Okay. I think we're getting there. With the rustic round, okay? It's meant for the rustic round, which is awesome. I'm kind of questioning my sanity too now, so even if y'all are, I understand it, okay? But bear with me. I'm hoping this all comes together here in just a minute. I'm crossing my fingers and my toes. Because I'm kind of like looking at this like, I don't know. Maybe this was a fail. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. But yeah, so that's why I wasn't here, because I went out of town on Thursday afternoon and went to the pool, got very sunburnt. Well, not like on my stomach only, I got sunburnt. The rest of me, I'm pretty well tanned, which is good. I didn't get too badly burnt. But I always need a good base to start the summer, to be able to tan easily, and then everything else will just be a tan. Alright, so here's my round. I know that looks insane. Okay, I get it. I know, I just need y'all to trust me here. Let's see if I have one that's not quite so... I'm gonna go for this one. Hopefully I'm not gonna... Now, I'm just going to lightly sand this, okay? This one is an 80 grit, so I don't want to go too much with it because it will sand it away too much, okay? I should have used like a 220, but both of them that I have in my drawer right here have teal on them, and I don't want to do too much like that. Okay, so just a little bit, just to knock down any rough edges. I am going to quickly use some surface wax too, okay? This is just a soft wax. If you don't have it yet, definitely need to grab it. It's in my shop. And it'll help protect your surface and your transfer whenever you have a painted surface, okay? You don't need to use it on other surfaces. Sometimes on wood, you might want to wax, especially if it's got a really pronounced grain. It could help you keep from... having your paste bleed in the grain, okay? But mainly it's used to keep your transfer from peeling up your paint, okay? And you don't want to use too much, but I am waxing the entire thing because I want to try and maintain this background. Now, I know it looks crazy, okay? So I get it. If you don't, hopefully you trust me enough to work with me here. Now, this may turn out terrible, and I'm sorry if it does. Okay. Alright, so here's our transfer that we're going to use. This is Fall Sweet Fall. And the great thing about this, look, it's got this like hole up at the top. You'll see that? Where is it? It's right there. That lines up with the hole on the rustic ground. So you don't have to try and center it. Now what I like to do with D size and even C size transfers, this one's a D, it's 18 by 18, they're giant, is take half of it off of my backer sheet and stick that right to my fuzzing cloth, okay? And then I'll flip over my fuzzing cloth and just peel the rest of that backer sheet right on. All of it is stuck now, okay? The majority of it is stuck on the terry cloth side of the fuzzing cloth, okay? That way you get a lot of fuzz on here, or get a lot of lint on here. The other side is microfiber, so it's not going to get as much, if any, lint, but that'll be okay. We'll still fuzz it a couple times here. Okay. Hey, Brooke. How are you, love? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Now, you do want to fuzz it a couple of times. And this method I really like because it helps me to line stuff up. It helps me to keep it from sticking to itself. Now, I'm going to just line this right up. And the great thing about this is that not only does it have the hole, but also has all the way around the round. It lines up perfect. Okay, I think that's good, actually. I do have a piece of like a really big piece of lint or something here. So let me grab my tweezers and get that out of there, okay? So that I don't mess up. Now, as I'm pushing this down, I see another piece right here. Oh, I thought I grabbed it and then I didn't. Okay. So as you're like checking for bubbles and stuff and getting the bubbles out, just feel it with your hands and you'll be able to feel. Now, there's another piece right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Maybe I can show you. I'm not going to worry about it because it's not next to any of the silk screen or anything like that. So I just peel that right off of there and kind of lay it down a little bit better. Okay, there. So now let me see if I can show y'all. Right there by the L, in the middle of the two L's, y'all see this? Where is it? If I can point to it. Okay, right there. Not worried about that piece of lint right there because it's not close to the silk screen. It's not going to cause a leak or anything like that. Okay, there's another one over here that I'm not super concerned with either. There is one up here that's kind of close. Move it. Okay, there. Now, push it down really well. Make sure that you've got a really good seal. You do not want to have any seepage underneath that transfer, okay? Mini squeegee. Hi, Laura. How are you? It was awesome, Brooke. We had so much fun. Hi, Donna. This is vanilla paste, okay? It's one of the new ones. Now, I'm going to go around, and everything's going to be vanilla on this one, okay? So, remember, don't go too close to the edge because there is a circle that fits the rustic round, okay? And if you didn't line it up perfectly, you might get that circle in here, okay? It's kind of far out, but if you go a little nuts like I do sometimes, you are tempted to get it, okay? So just be careful near the edge. And I'm going to try and go fast so my paste doesn't dry. And I'm also picking it up as I go, okay? So I'm like scraping it with the squeegee so that I can maximize my paste and not leave too much behind, okay? Make it easier to clean it up and you're not going to waste your paste, okay? See how I'm like scraping it up? All right, there we go. Now you can comment the word fall to get the link to get everything that I'm using. In that message, okay, you'll also see how to sign up for perks. You're welcome to do that. That'll save you 30% off all of your purchases. And with this purchase, if you get everything that's in that cart, you'll qualify to get Orion, which is the color of the month, which I already dropped in there for you just so that you can see it. You don't have to do anything. You can add or remove anything from the cart. Just make sure that you're spending $75 in order to get that color of the month, okay? All right. Here we go. Now, I think I'm good. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to just do a cursory glance around, and I think I am good. I'm going to close this just so that I don't leave it. Now, as I pull this up, I'm going to check and make sure that all of my words look good and that I didn't miss anything, because I can just set this back down if I did. So I'm going to slowly come up. This is not half bad. Kind of liking this background, actually. I was a little concerned there. Okay, and then I'm going to set this right over to the side, okay? There's that. That looks actually good, okay? Nice little fall background. Now, I did want to put a bow on this just because I feel like it's not done completely. So I got 3 different ribbons. This one is Harvest ribbon. I think I got this at Big Lots. It's like a yellowish. I only picked out 3 ribbons, but I did grab some raffia on a roll, which is in my Amazon storefront, which is linked in the message that you'll get if you want to get it. It's pretty, right? Thanks, Shirley. I appreciate you. Yeah, super simple background, y'all. You don't have to be a painter. I am no artist, okay? I have no idea what I'm doing. I literally, someone mentioned the idea of doing a kind of fall colored background, and I thought, I need to try that. And here we are. Okay, that one is also, I think, from Big Lots last year. And this is from Dollar Tree. I love buying ribbon at Dollar Tree. How about y'all? I ended up, every time I go, if they've got ribbon, I'm buying it. Even if it's not the season that I'm looking for at the moment, I usually will buy a couple rolls. They're shorter than normal rolls, okay? This is only 9 feet versus 30 feet, okay? But for $1.25, can't go wrong, okay? Now, I'm going to dovetail these real quick. I'm trying to do them at the same time. At least a couple at the same time. And of course, I should have done all the fat ones at the same time, but we live and learn, right? Okay, let's do all the skinny ones. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Sometimes an inspiration hits and I'm just like, I'm going to do that. All right. But again, you can comment the word fall to get all the stuff to do this. And then check out stores that you shop at, like at Big Lots. I had no idea they had ribbon. I was there randomly, like last year. For some reason, I think I was buying totes. I feel like I go in there to get totes specifically. And I may have been looking at furniture. And got sidetracked by ribbon. Big surprise, I know. Ended up buying a bunch of rolls of ribbon instead of anything else. Maybe some totes too, I don't know. I don't even remember that trip. Okay, so this is a roll of raffia. Oh my gosh. It's amazing because I don't have to deal with the big, fat, ridiculous roll of raffia. Whenever, I mean, like the bird's nest nightmare that is raffia. Y'all know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to just kind of make a bow, okay? I'm just going back and forth a bunch of times, and about the same length as my ribbon is, okay? And I don't even know how long this is. It's 11 inches. Okay. That'll do. Alright, now I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to do an X pattern. I love this messy bow. It's the simplest easiest bow to do. And you can actually, like, if you want to do, like, different... Let me lay that. Oh, and then I'm going to put my raffia down here. Okay, so I'm going to just hold that as I go. All right. So it'll be in the middle. You can put your ribbon at all different angles if you like, so that it's kind of spread out. And you know what? I'm going to use some little zip ties, but I'm going to need more than just one. These are little 4-inch ones. And I put that on backwards. Okay, there I go. So I'm going to put 3 of them together. I probably won't need 3 of them, but then it'll be long enough, and then I can just trim it. Okay. Hi, Janice. How are you, love? Oh, let me get my leg out of here. I always sit on my leg, and it ends up hurting or falling asleep, and I gotta reorganize myself. Okay, so I'm going to just squinch that all together just like that. That is a technical term, all right? And then I'm going to come with my... If I can get my hands to cooperate. There we go. Take my zip ties, and I'm just going to... I like using these because I don't have to tie it. And I can never tie a knot tight enough. Okay, I'm going to squeeze all of them together as tight as they will possibly go. Okay. I want them all to be super tight around here. And then that will make sure I have a really good hold. All right. And then I'll take my, I always like to use wire cutters. Chris warned me one time that I was going to break my scissors if I kept using my scissors on these. So I stole a pair of wire cutters from him. Hey, Alma, how are you, love? Welcome. Okay. If I could get it. There. Good night. This is... Okay, here we go. Now, I've got this mess, okay? Now I want to come in here. I'm going to just trim my ends, okay, of those loops that we made. Just like that, okay? I need to give this thing a haircut, but we'll do it in a minute. All right, and then I'm going to just fan this boy out, okay? Just like every which way so that it's not organized in any way, all right? There. Okay, now for the top layer, I'm trying to look to see what color I want to use. I'm going to use the yellow. It doesn't matter, but kind of does, you know? And then I saw another thing. I'm going to steal this idea too because I saw it and I loved it. So I think I have some beads over here. I'm going to... Alright. A little bit of hot glue back here. Take this. Now be careful because this is going to burn you if you don't, okay? Put that. Just like that. Hey Gwen, cover up the back. And then I made this too long, so I'm going to just trim it. I did fold this in 3s, okay? Sorry I didn't show you that, but I folded my ribbon in 3rds before I wrapped it around here. And I think I do. I really loved this idea the other day I saw. My friend's husband did it. Okay, oh gosh. There we go. I got hot glue all over my hands now, on my fingers. It's fine. Everything's fine. And then once that's secure, then you can kind of fan that out a little more if you want. Okay, get it like that. Okay, that, I love it. It looks perfect. And then I might do, yep, we're gonna do a flat bottom bead. I just have some of these. I think I have these in my Amazon store also. if you go to the Amazon link in the message whenever you comment fall, and then just look at craft supplies. I also listed stuff like household stuff that we have that I love, like organization stuff and like all kinds of things. Okay, and then some of these are super duper long. Okay, so there's my bow. All right. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't want it to cover up the word fall too much, so it's going to go right there, okay? Now, I've started really loving this, okay? Now, my staples are too long, so if you get a staple gun, get shorter staples, okay? Don't be like me and about break your stuff over here, okay? That didn't even go through. My goodness. Because I'm a scaredy cat, okay? But I'm going to just find the bottom. Well, it's not even stapling. I don't know. It's fine. We'll use glue. I need to figure out what's wrong with that, though. Okay. It's fine. Now, if you're going to hang this on a front door that gets a lot of sun, you are going to want to do something different than just hot glue. Because it's going to... Hi, Charles! How are you, love? What are you having for dinner? It will go through, okay, if you don't have short ones. But your hot glue will melt and your bow could fall off, okay? So just keep that in mind if you're going to hang this on a door that's got, like, a lot of sun on it. Okay? And then you can reorganize this to where you can actually see the word fall or whatever. Alright? But I'm just adding a little bit of glue underneath so it'll hold. Alright? I also have this. Y'all saw it a couple weeks ago whenever we used it. I think I'm going to attempt to make the hanger with that. So I'm going to just do that, and then I just twisted it, okay? It's literally nothing. Now, I'm going to take a pencil. I have a pencil right here that I keep just for this purpose, really. And twirl that a little bit on there. Good night. This is... There we go. Okay. So I think that'll hold just fine like that, okay? And then it also is kind of cute on the ends, okay? But the ends kind of fray a little bit, so I'm gonna just, what I did last time is I just like stuck it into the end of my hot glue gun and then just like twist that on there a little bit just so it'll hold it, okay? Same with this side. Just stick that on there and then twist it around. You don't need a bunch of glue, okay? If you want to glue this to the back, you totally could. But I think that turned out pretty darn good. Now, I don't know that this was my vision, but I think it looks pretty darn good. So you can comment the word fall. I hope y'all love this as much as I do. And check it out. Isn't that pretty? I love you all. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.